Hey girl, hey, get in here. Welcome back to my channel, Becoming with Taniki. This channel is for women in midlife who are unlearning survival, starting a new chapter in life, releasing old identities, and resting without guilt. Here, we talk about unlearning what no longer fits, faith, healing, and emotional freedom, becoming who God is calling us to be, slowly, on purpose, with a purpose. Every week, I will post new videos as we explore reflection, faith-led conversations, and real-life lessons for women navigating life like me in grace and in truth. Welcome. Subscribe and walk it out with me. It's free. Now let's get into it. There's something strange that can happen after a prayer is answered. Your life can change, but your nervous system can still be living in the past. And that's what happened to me last year. Something major happened, right? A big flow of money came in. And I kept checking my account over and over, sometimes every hour. Not out of gratitude, but out of fear. And the strange part was, again, the money was there in overflow. After years of me praying for provision, that breakthrough changed my life. I was able to sell my home, pay off debt, clear balances that followed me for years. By every logical measure, I was safe, financially free, if you will. But my body didn't receive it. For a long time, I didn't realize how much of my life I spent bracing. My body was always a little tense. My mind constantly scanning for what might go wrong next. Something always needed to be fixed, to be handled, anticipated, prepared for. My situation had changed, but my nervous system hadn't caught up yet. And that's when I realized that survival mode doesn't automatically disappear just because your situation's improved. For years, I lived in the pressure of uncertainty. And that kind of pressure teaches your body things. For me, it made me hyper independent. It convinced me that if I didn't handle everything myself, it wouldn't get handled at all. It trained me to stay alert, get ready so I don't have to be ready. You know what I'm talking about. I had to stay guarded all the time. Survival mode kept me searching for a loss. In worst case scenario, it prepares us for a crisis that may never even come. And when you live that way long enough, peace can feel unfamiliar, almost suspicious. I just remember again last May to be exact, opening up my bank account and staring at that big number on the screen. And it didn't feel real. Right? I prayed and prayed for financial relief from everything I was carrying on my back. And suddenly, there it was. More money than I had ever seen in my personal account ever in life. Immediately, my pressure was gone. And yet my mind kept whispering, check that account again, girl. As if the money would disappear. As if stability was a trick. As if me selling my home was a scheme that Todd set up. If you know, you know. For so long, survival trained me to believe that risk was risky. And that letting my guard down meant something important might slip through my fingers. That if I stopped hustling, everything that I worked hard for might somehow disappear. And living in that way every day is exhausting. It just truly is. But Just because it's unfamiliar doesn't mean it isn't yours. Feeling safe again isn't something that happens just because you decide it should. It's something that your body has to recover from, slowly and gently. Your life can change overnight before your nervous system can believe it. And that realization alone changed how I approach my healing when it comes to recovering from being in survival mode. I started noticing small moments of when nothing bad was happening. A quiet prayer, sitting in a room where nothing needed my immediate attention. A 5-minute meditation, just to woo-saw and breathe. A simple walk where the air feels light. Allow my shoulders to drop and my thoughts to slow down. And my breathing to just soften. Moments like those would pass me by unnoticed. Now I try to stay in them a little longer because it's important to me. They remind me that my nervous system can learn a new pattern. That calm doesn't have to feel foreign forever. Peace can become familiar again. It's the quiet realization that you don't need to grip so tightly anymore. Provision doesn't vanish because you get to exhale. And most importantly, God didn't bring you this far just to pull the rug from up under you. Those are the quiet truths that I've been repeating to myself. Along with these. And I want you to, hone into it too. You're allowed to outgrow survival mode. You're allowed to stop flinching at the good things. You're allowed to believe that stability can last. You're allowed to enjoy peace without waiting for it to disappear. Sometimes it isn't about pushing forward. Sometimes it's about trusting that the God who carried you through survival is the one teaching you how to rest. It's finally staying still long enough to realize you don't have to run or panic anymore. We're going to pray really quick before I close. God, help me trust the safety you've given me. Teach my heart that I no longer have to survive to be sustained. Remind me that your provision doesn't disappear because I rest. And help me to learn to live with open hands instead of closed fists. Amen. If this reflection resonated with you, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Where have you felt God gently inviting you to stop running and to start receiving? This is the year that we get out of survival mode. If you want to go deeper into this, I shared my full reflection of when survival mode doesn't turn off on my Substack. It's where I write more intimately about becoming, obedience, and the quiet work that God does for us. It's free, y'all. Okay? The link is in the description. I would love to meet you there. This is Becoming, and you are right on time. I'll see you soon.